The topic that I would like to share with you this evening still in relation to the social doctrine of the church, but I want to dwell on something more specific which will concern a lot of people here, if not majority. It's about, is there such a thing as ethical business? Is business and ethics compatible, or can they be together? I would like to dwell on this topic because we have been repeating the idea that in society, all activities, whether political, economic, religious, social, should have one common end: the good of the individual. Because the vision of the church is all activities should have one common goal: to assist, to help, that each and every one of us will be able to achieve our goals, our personal aims in life in the easiest way possible by the assistance of the family, government, nations. And that includes economic activity. So even doing business should have one common end: the good of every human person. Any business that does not do anything good for all but only for a few, that's not ethical. That is not according to the mind of God. Because we have discussed before that when God created the world according to the principle of the universal destination of goods, when God created everything, He meant it to be shared to everyone. That all the resources in the world should benefit each and every individual. And that includes, in a very important way, economic activity. Now, there's a problem here because for some people, business and ethics cannot go together. They are like oil and water. They do not mix. No matter how you try to mix water and oil, temporarily you might see, or it might appear that they are mixing up. But later, the oil will always go up, being lighter in weight, and the water will always go down, being heavier in molecular weight, I believe. Now, for some people, business and ethics, or doing business and doing charity, or doing what is good for everyone, cannot go together. Now they say the reason why business and ethics cannot be together, they do not mix, is because business, according to this idea, whether we like it or not, it's not our concern here. I'm just presenting the majority of idea of those who claim that they are not compatible, because they say business is by nature selfish in its motive. In other words, what is the primary motive why people engage in business? It is to earn as much as they can. In other words, the motive, the motor of economic activity, according to this thinking, is selfish interest. Whereas when we speak of ethics, we think of what's good for everyone. Even sacrificing myself for the sake of the other. Like what Jesus said, there's no greater love than to offer one's life for a friend. Dying, offering your life for somebody. Now, if you have to look at this way, it may appear indeed that business and ethics do not mix. Because ethics involves selflessness, hindi makasarili. In fact, kinakalimutan mo na nga ang iyong sarili para lang sa iba. Whereas yung business motive is para sa aking sarili. So being selfish and selfless are two opposite, contradictory, opposing motives. Well, as I said, it might appear controversial. We can argue whether it's true or not, but I'm just presenting to you the problem. And the problem, immediate problem that we see, and as claimed by others, is hindi po pwedeng magsama yung ethics at negosyo. Kasi negosyo is by motive, by reason, and its inspiration is selfish, and yung ethics, especially benevolent ethics, is as its motor and motive is selflessness. Pero naman, if you will not think about yourself, if you will not think about your profit, mag-NGO ka na lang. No? Huwag ka nang magnegosyo. Kasi ang dating dyan, parang charitable institution. You don't care about the profit, you just give and give and give. But that's not doing business. Either you call it a non-government organization or a charitable institution. But we know, iba naman ang charitable institutions, iba naman yung negosyo. Okay, so, having presented the problem, the next question is, so, is economic activity, is engaging in business in a society ethical? Is it under the rubrics of morality? Is engaging in business activity governed by the principles of ethics? What is right? What is wrong? What is normative? Pag tinatawag na normative, that means yung measurement. Yung mga acts natin, may measurement. Huwag kang lumampas doon. Huwag kang magkulang. Kasi ito yung dapat na action ng tao. Like for example, courage. Ang courage, may sukatan siya. Pag nagkulang ka ng courage, ang tawag niyan, cowardice. Like isang sundalo, palagi lang siyang nagtatago. Wala siyang courage. Pero, yung sobra naman, yung excess, hindi naman virtue yan. No? Imagine, if you're a soldier, and then, ikaw na lang natira, tapos yung ano mo na lang, yung armas, yung pistol, Glock, tapos yung kaharang mo, tangke. It's not courage to face a tank with a pistol. It's stupidity. You better surrender or run away. So, when we speak of ethics, when we speak of norms, we speak of measurement. Now, the question is economic activity, is engaging in business an act that can be measured by what is right or wrong, morally speaking, ethically speaking? Now, the following are theories. Theories that say, well, it may or may not. First theory, the argument from non-morality. I might sound technical, but that's how it is presented in books. What is the argument from non-morality? According to this theory, business is an act that has nothing to do with ethics. Ang tanong, if business is an act or an activity in the society that is not governed by ethics, the rules of morality, ano ang nag-govern sa kanya? Yung nag-argue ng non-morality of business is, they say, well, yung economic activity, yung business activity, is not governed by morality. Labas siya sa ethics. Ang nag-govern sa kanya, dalawa lang. The rules of economics and the laws of the land. Like for example, the rules of economics, according to Adam Smith, I think the founder of capitalism or economy as a science, sabi niya, there's that invisible hand that even if makasarili yung motive mo, ultimately, it will benefit everyone. Because there's that invisible hand na go-govern sa business activity. Maski hindi ka na mag-isip anong ikabubuti sa lahat. Even if you only think about yourself, how much profit can I get from my business activity? In the end, by virtue of economic laws, makakatulong din yan ultimately sa common good. Second, sabi ng iba, hindi naman kailangan pang ipasok yung business activity sa ethics. Ang mag-govern sa kanya, yung laws lang ng country. Because the laws are enough to govern business activity and to avoid abuses. So that's the first argument, the argument from non-morality. Sabi nila, yung business activity, wala siyang kinalaman sa ethics. Iba siyang activity. Ang nag-govern sa kanya, ang nag-regulate are purely economic factors and the laws of the land. Second argument from amorality. Amorality, negative. Pag in Greek moral, that means amoral. Wala siyang morality. Magkaiba siya sa non-morality. Ang non-morality, ang sabi, business activity is purely economic and legal. Business activity has nothing to do with what's right or wrong, morally, ethically speaking. Pero yung argument from amorality is naiiba in the sense that, according to this argument, business activity is just like a game. You play cards, you play wordscape, you play chess, you play basketball, you play tennis. Now, when you engage in this kind of activity, sports activity, you earn points. Every time you shoot and it enters the basket, you earn 2 points. If you shoot it from a certain distance, out the 3-point area, you earn 3 points. Now, when you engage in sportive activity like tennis, like basketball, like ping pong, are these activities governed by ethics? No. It's a game. And the rules of the game are the ones that control the activities of the players. So the players should know the rules of the game. But there's nothing immoral in basketball. You shoot, you don't shoot. There's nothing immoral or moral in losing and winning a game. Now, according to this argument, yung negosyo parang ding laro. But instead of points, you earn money. You understand? This is like a game. No? Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. Now, so if games are not governed by ethical rules, they're just governed by the rules according to their specific game. So, ganun din yung negosyo. Yun nga lang, what we lose or earn are not points, but money. Okay. So that's the second argument. Third, last, the argument from immorality. Now, according to this third argument, wala talagang kamoral-moral yung negosyo. Para sa third argument, this is the worst. All business activities are immoral. All business activities are unethical. Grabe naman, no? Pero may mga author na ganyan. Why are they saying that? Well, because they say, in business, really, the motive that is forcing us to engage is profit. And the principle is, the higher the profit, the better. The lower the cost, the better. Now, for us to understand this argument from immorality, I will show you an example. Or let me cite an example. May isang negosyante. Kailangan niya ng materials. Yesterday, nakabili siya ng mga material sa isang supplier. Nalaman niya yung presyo ng 1 sack of cement nag-increase na ng 10 pesos. Unfortunately, malayo. So, punta siya sa pinakamalapit na supplier. Pumunta siya doon, thinking na alam na ng may-ari na nag-increase na ng 10 pesos yung per bag of cement. Nagtanong na siya, tapos sinabihan siya ng may-ari na yung price is nung una pa rin, parang nasyak siya, parang nakakita yung supplier. Say, why are you surprised? Wala lang, parang nagpanggap na siya niya alam. Ang tanong, what if tinanong siya ng supplier? Parang you were like surprised when I told you this is the price. Nag-increase na ba yung ng price ng cement? Question is, sasabihin niya yung totoo? Kasi pag sinabi niya, actually increase na kahapon pa. Parang he is also being not loyal to his company because sa kanyang company, makatipid ka ng pera. Pero pag hindi mo naman sinabi, you lied. No? You lied to the supplier because alam mo na increase na. Yesterday, yung binilhan mo, 10 pesos na yung patong. So, whichever way he goes, he would be somehow committing a kind of an unethical behavior, quote unquote. So that's why, according to this theory, the theory of, or the argument from immorality, business is intrinsically immoral. There is no way that we can, this is very extreme. There's no way that we can justify business as ethical. Okay. So we have just presented 3 arguments. And these 3 arguments are meant to address the question whether ethics should govern economic activity.